If you will it, it is no dream. I'd like to invite up one of our community members who is helping build a better world, who's helping influence us into the future, Sydney Sharon, to share a drash, a dvar Torah, some words about this week's Torah portion. In the future, if anybody else ever wants to come up and give a dvar Torah, let me know. We'll schedule you. I'll start assigning them randomly. But I'm so happy to have my friend, a fellow preschool parent, a neighbor, Sydney Sharon, and Nathan share some words about this week's Torah portion by Midbar.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy Pride. We begin this Shabbat, the first of Pride Month, entering a new book of the Torah, the book of Numbers, and this week's Parsha, Bamidbar, or in the wilderness. The Israelites, poised on the edge of the wilderness, are meticulously counted by tribe and family. But what about those who don't fit neatly into a category? What about those who are impaired physically or mentally? What about those who are temporarily out of commission due to an injury, or those who have an invisible chronic health? What about those who are born into a family of mixed tribes, say Benjamin and Judah? While both tribes share religion, land, and traditions, Judah's political prominence and Benjamin's warrior reputation gave them separate identities. No one wants to be put into a group or category permanently. We are beings who evolve over time, ever-changing, growing, and shifting through phases of life. So then what about the ones whose identities dance between groups, defying classification? What about the queer Jew, the one whose identity stands out from the expected norm? For those of you who may not know who I am, my name is Sydney Sharon. I am a proud member of this temple, joining just over 3 years ago when my daughter turned 2 and began at the preschool. I'm also a proud member of the LGBTQ+ community. I am a proud Jew, and I am a very proud mama. When my wife and I were given this incredible opportunity to write this week's Dvar Torah and share our personal experiences of being gay Jews navigating the world's landscape, it was a no-brainer for us. For if there is one code we live by in and out of our home, it's that visibility matters. So if you're wondering what makes our story so special, or how our story relates to Bamidbar, give me another few minutes and I promise it'll be worth it. This parasha, with its emphasis on counting and order, as well as the wildness of one's journey, both physically and in reality, but also the internal struggle of what it means to be wild and perhaps barren, can feel particularly isolating and lonely for those who don't see themselves reflected in the traditional framework. How does one who exists outside these established societal norms navigate the terrain? A closer look into the Parsha reveals a deeper message, a message that perhaps can shed light and provide hope and possibilities to the intersectionality of what it means to be both gay and Jewish, otherwise finding a new category or tribe to comfortably fit into. On the one hand, the wilderness is often perceived and referred to as a barren wasteland. But there's another side of that coin, which holds the potential for profound transformation. The act of wandering, of being untethered, can lead to a deeper connection with oneself, with God, or with your tribe and family. For the wilderness can be a place where old structures fall and new opportunities emerge. For the queer Jew, too, exists in their own kind of wilderness, both outwardly and inside. Navigating societal expectations, religious interpretations, and personal desires can often feel like wandering through uncharted territory. But here's the beauty. The Torah itself acknowledges the existence of those who stand out. Take the tribe of Levi. Unlike the other tribes who received designated territories in the land of Israel, the Levites were not allotted their own land. Instead, the Levites were entrusted with the sacred duty of serving the Mishkan, or traveling temple, during the Israelites' wanderings in the wilderness. I wonder what it was like to be able to wander from tribe to tribe, being welcomed into all, but still somehow not part of one, not at its core. Always an outsider, while also simultaneously being a fleeting insider, a dichotomy of ambivalent fitting-inness. So perhaps the Levites, unmoored from a fixed location, represent the fluidity of identity, the ability to move and adapt while still holding sacred space. Similarly, the queer Jew carries a unique kind of sacred space. Their lived experience, their perspective that challenges the norm, can bring fresh insights to traditions. Their very existence pushes us to question our assumptions, to consider the expansiveness of what it means to be part of the Jewish tapestry. The wilderness, then, becomes a metaphor for the journey of self-discovery. It's in the questioning, the wrestling with customs and rituals that a queer Jew can find their own authentic expression of Judaism. Think of Miriam, Moses' sister. In the wilderness, she leads the women in song and dance, a celebration outside the established order. Her act, sometimes interpreted as rebellion, can also be seen as an expansion of the Jewish experience, a recognition of the many voices that contribute to the journey. Bamidbar reminds us that God's presence resides not just in the established structures, but also in the margins, in the unexpected places. The queer Jew, standing out in the wilderness, can be a powerful reminder of that very truth. Their unique perspective can illuminate new pathways, enriching the ongoing conversations that is Judaism. So this Shabbat, let us not just count, but celebrate the richness of experience within our community. Let us embrace the wilderness, the space for questioning and growth, where each Jew, queer or not, can find their own place to stand and sing their sacred song. Shabbat Shalom.